I want to bring in political data and redistricting expert Paul Mitchell now. Paul, a lot to talk about. I know it's really, really early.
Yeah.
But just give me, what are you watching? Give us the highlights of what you think is important as of right now.
Yeah, so both Democrats and Republicans can look at things that have happened nationally and say, look, there's the momentum we were looking for. You have in Florida, like we talked about earlier, where Republicans, real quickly took the governor's race and the Senate race. But then in Pennsylvania, with Fetterman taking the Senate race there, that's, giving Democrats a lot of hope. As we come west, we're still getting early votes. We looked earlier at the 3rd Congressional District race. There was less than 100,000 or so votes that had been tallied there yet.
Wow.
There's a lot still to go. So whether it's that district or the 9th district that you just saw with Josh Harder and Tom Patty, those districts, we're still going to see ballots coming in for a while.
What about the other congressional races that were being watched in the Central Valley, David Valadao, Rudy Salas, and also in Orange County?
Yeah, so it is similar to what we talked about earlier in that it looks as though from kind of the outset tonight, and it's being reinforced by these early numbers, that the Democrats are doing well in those Democratic-held districts, and Republicans are somewhat holding their own right now in their districts. We might end up coming out of California with everything just pat, where Democrats did lose one district because of the reapportionment. Remember, California lost a district and under the census data, and so that district was out of the kind of Long Beach, LA area. But after that, all the Democratic congressional members that are seeking election as incumbents look as though they're likely to win. And the seat like Adam Gray down in the Central Valley, he's up 6 points right now, and Democrats might hold that.
All right, so you made a couple predictions before Election Day, and one was about the weather, which I find very, very impressive. The second one was about Prop 1, the abortion measure, and overwhelming support for that here in the state of California. And you said in your prediction tweet, if I'm remembering correctly, that this was going to drive voters.
Yeah, so we've seen data to suggest that in exit polling and polling that's been done throughout the cycle, that Democrats were saying that abortion was the #1 issue that was driving them to vote. And 45% of them, in fact, were saying abortion is their #1 issue. And so in California, with Prop 1 on the ballot, Democrats had this advantage that the media was going to talk about Prop 1, voters were going to see the abortion issue, that they really had this kind of lifting them in terms of Democratic turnout. And then the weather, we talked about this on Friday. I posted an article in a local publication called Capital Weekly, where I said it could, as trivial as it sounds, come down to the rain. And when you look at these two districts you just talked about, the 3rd Congressional District, Placer County had none of the early vote centers like we had here in Sacramento County. Wow. Their supervisors and county registrar didn't open those early voting opportunities, and a lot of Republicans we know don't trust the vote by mail right now. They want to vote at the polls. Same thing in San Joaquin County. San Joaquin, the only place if you wanted to vote early that you could go vote was the county registrar's office. There was no set up early voting centers around the county for people to go and do in-person voting, and it could be something where that ended up suppressing voter turnout among Republicans who say they want to vote on Election Day. But we've had this epic rainstorm, a tornado in Galt,
snow,
flooding, mudslide warnings, all kinds of things in this election cycle that has made it harder for voters who were really determined to vote on Election Day only, while the rest of voters had the entire month.
All right, Paul Mitchell, thanks for giving us some insight. You're sticking around. We'll have much more coming up with you later in the show.